All right, Grant, pre-show shenanigans. First of all, if you're watching this, we look pale as shit, thanks to Grant's camera, so that's a plus. Uh,
Yeah, little weird time. Well, yeah, we probably could have fixed it, but we're not.
no, the
Looks good enough to me.
podcast needs to get out. But we talked about last episode just the whole flag football Olympic thing, and this is something that I saw come up right after that. Okay, so obviously there's like current flag football players. Like there's people who currently play flag football, and one of which being the quarterback Doucette, whatever his name is, that we've talked about before.
I've seen many clips of him, and I think I'm a fan.
So,
I want him to be representing Team
so,
USA.
so here's the thing. Obviously, with NFL players getting more or less like an auto bid to the team, this is the solution to allow to figure out whether or not these players should get in or get a chance to be on the team over some of these NFL guys. 4th of July, Grant, after the hot dog eating contest, you have a team flag football versus team NFL flag football game.
Yeah, I think that's the only way to decide it quickly on this flag football team. Is it like limited, like 7 total players?
Let's look. United States flag football
Because
rules.
one thing I haven't considered is, do these guys have to play 2 ways?
Yeah, so I'm reading the rules right
Because
now.
if that's the case, then Travis Hunter has to be the first pick,
Okay,
right?
I'm reading the rules, Grant. No lineman or blocking.
Yeah,
So
no, know that.
obviously
But if
each
you play
team.
wide receiver, do you also have to play corner, or is there a separate?
Um, I think you can play both. Like
Well, not can. Like, do you have to? If you
I
can,
do not
then
believe you have to. I think you
oh,
get subs.
okay. See, now that I wasn't quite aware of that. Thought that was the case, didn't exactly know. But that being the case, the Travis Hunter specialty not as cool, which I was thinking. But I was also thinking these guys would have to go 2 ways, and maybe that Daryl Duquette. I don't know.
Do set? Do set?
I think I've seen clips of him playing defense too.
I mean, you probably can play both ways.
Well,
I just
well,
think that I think you're allowed to
well.
have
I thought
subs.
they had to, and if they had to, then I was like, oh, that could be a little bit different. Uh, if you can, then we're not going to.
I just hold on. Let's just look at the Olympic
Why would
rules
you
here.
if you don't have to?
Olympic flag football rules. All right. 2020 5-on-5 plays, 5-on-5 play. Teams have 10 players each, 5 on the field at a time, 40 minutes long, 20-minute halves, 2-minute warnings.
Okay.
You do not.
What's the first downs in these? Like every 20 yards, like other.
A team gets 4 downs to reach midfield and then 4 downs to score a touchdown.
Okay, so there's
The
two.
field is 70 yards long, 30 yards wide, and then the ends of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's sports right there.
Yeah.
That is football right there.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you have to play both sides.
Okay. Yeah. So if you don't need to play both sides, then I don't think we'll have anybody playing both sides. I think the other countries probably will have guys.
Well, I
sides.
think that you might have a guy or two just be like, dude, I kind of want to just play like it like corner for the like I'm normally a wide receiver, just let me play corner, just like screw around a little bit.
Maybe I would imagine they don't want to do that. That could happen. I would imagine not NFL players, but maybe. But I think if as long as Lamar Jackson's the quarterback, I don't know how they might literally score every single time they have the ball.
No, like
Like every single.
This might be the highest odds to win a Olympic like gold than like ever. Like the
Yeah,
United
potentially.
States have single most greatest odds for that humanly possible.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very stacked in their favor. But I do want Daryl Ducar to
I don't think we've gotten his name right once.
not one time this episode, probably never will. I want him to get a chance. I also did see clips of he's the quarterback. I don't even know what is that Team USA Olympic Club. I have no
I
idea.
think that's just Team U. That's just USA football.
He is the quarterback though, but there's also clips of him catching the ball which makes me think there are many flea flicker opportunities.
Oh,
Not just
100%.
flea flicker opportunities, but also like the quarterback is lining up at wide receiver in this play or this formation. And that's just like a standard thing. And because of that, maybe Lamar is not the best. Maybe this guy is the pick.
You know what
he might be the
sneaky quarterback pick would be? Let's just trot Mohamed Sanu out there.
That's what I'm talking about though. Like Odell back there. Like some innovation, some hybrid players back there. Because I would imagine it's going to be, if you're thrown to the best wide receivers in the world, you just need to get the ball in the general vicinity.
Was a quarterback in college.
You just need to get the like if Edelman was still playing, that's a guy we might be calling play Q.
Oh, dude, yes.
Like Edelman might be Pryor. My one thought with Terrell Pryor though is he's too tall.
Okay, so let's think about it
because
this way.
Speed obviously matters, but realistically, like if you could just make 3 dudes look stupid, like I've seen clips of this Daryl Ducar guy, and he makes just 4 guys look stupid, and he's like doing, it's not football juke moves, it's like tight roping moves where it's football, but like it's a different type of body movement.
Here's my question. I mean, you're like,
I don't really know how to describe it.
I get what you're saying. Here's my question though: of any NFL player of all time, any positions, who would you want to trot out a quarterback most for flag football?
Like, for the fun aspects, it's Michael Vick. For the fun aspects,
I think he did actually play flag football after he finished in the NFL. I think he legitimately did actually play flag football.
Oh, actually, yeah. I think he literally was like in a flag football league. But like realistically, I do think Kyler is probably like being that short is a great 100%. Thing.
Tariq Cohen back there.
Yeah, like Kyler might be the best. Like the best offense, it might be like Kyler, Tariq Cohen, freaking Sproles.
Like a 5'9" receiver. Oh, your boy. He was on the Falcons for a while. He was a Super Bowl wide receiver.
Taylor Gabriel.
Yeah.
Well, no. I'm talking. We need smaller.
He is small though.
Not stout. Like.
Hold on. Let's look at shortest.
Because Tyreek's big. Like Tyreek's fast, but Tyreek's built. That's not like I don't want.
There's a 5'5" Trindon Holiday.
Okay, Trindon Holiday. That's a name I haven't heard in years.
He's 5'5" wide receiver.
Okay, that back. Okay. Oh, Trindon Holiday. He was kick return. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what we're talking. Like Sproles though. Like guys where they're so little that like to grab their flag, you personally need to lower your. Yeah, you need to squat down so low that they make one move, snap your ankles, you're out of the play. You're out of the play.
You might be out of the game, honestly.
It might be over. You're on the IL after that. They're putting you on IR.
The ice is coming out. The orange slices are being prematurely taken out.
Yeah, but it's those really short guys that we're thinking about. And I'm also thinking because like there's still a center snapping the ball.
I think so.
And that center should be legal for catches and everything. I heard this recently from Peter Schrager, but I believe, that center, we do want someone like running routes being great, but at the end of the day, the center for Team USA needs to embody the American team. So the number one trait, great shout. The number one trait I'm looking for in my center for Team USA is, do you embody America? And so I think
Joe Montana.
No, but I think the number one option you have to ask if he would quote come out of retirement and do this, you have to ask Gronk.
You know what?
Gronk, will you be our center? You have to ask him first.
I was going to say, should the president of the United States get to be the center every year since they embody the United States?
That's also a potential idea, but I think you have to ask Gronk.
No, Grant.
And then after Gronk,
it's Joey Chestnut.
It's Joey Chestnut. Yeah. Joey Chestnut has to be the center for your Team USA flag football team. That's got to be the next.
Realistically, though, like everybody else on the team should be short. Your center should be like as tall as humanly possible. That should be the one guy that just
yeah.
Can just hold
what
the ball.
Strager was saying is Kittle.
Yeah, Kittle embodies a little bit of America.
Oh, I think he's a perfect
qualifies.
embodiment of America for a football player right
Yes.
now. Active football player.
Yeah.
I think he's the best pick for when you show a European a quote stereotypical like crazy football player. George Kittle is who they imagine with that haircut.
Yeah, the current haircut, 100%.
That George Kittle is what Europe is like. This is the worst of American football, and that's what I want.
I'm trying to see who the tallest tight end in the NFL is currently.
You see, you're talking about physical traits. I care more about heart and emotional traits.
They did say it's currently Jimmy Graham, and I think Jimmy Graham has a little bit of heart.
I don't think Jimmy Graham's still in the NFL.
I don't think he's officially retired.
Okay, he's not playing.
Dan Skipper could report in. He's 6'10". He's got experience.
That could be something.
Yeah.
I'm not against Dan Skipper.
Dan Skipper should get a nod.
Yeah, but okay, that might do the flag football pretty sure. Yeah. But you know what? There's actually a lot of potential here with flag football. You know, we're actually currently in the future playing grounds of the inaugural Olympic flag football tournament. Shit, what event? Yeah, event. I guess it's technically a tournament too. Every Olympic event is technically a tournament. Yeah. But that's either for the flag football. All right. Without further ado, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 317. You know what? We got time. Let me get an area code shout out right now. Area code 317.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Timely.
Okay.
That was not planned.
We want to shout.
We might have to start with the NBA.
Indianapolis Colts. Shout out the Irsay family. Shout out the Indiana Pacers for, they choked a 3-0. Everett yesterday. We weren't really paying attention. And the reason why.
Well, I was paying attention.
You were getting locked in at the end. But at the first half, I think I wasn't giving a shit at all because I knew the Pacers were up 20.
Yeah, I think I quite literally stated the game was over.
Because I really wasn't giving a shit, I also think that rubbed off on you. If Grant's not giving a shit, I got shit about this NBA game. So none of us cared about the first half. Then gradually, as the second half went along, Knicks cutting it down a little bit closer. After all that, Cat's giving you the business in the third quarter. What was it? 20 in the third? What do you remember?
He had 20 in the fourth quarter.
After all that
was 4 minutes left. He had 20 points in the fourth.
Yeah, Carl Anthony was on a heater last night. That's my one thing about Towns. It's very hit or miss, but when he hits, he's hitting. When he hits, he's hitting.
He's hitting. Yeah, he's hitting those.
That's the thing. But Pacers up 2-1. Knicks getting the series back. That almost got sticky. A 3-0 Pacers lead. Adam Silver may have to step down as NBA commissioner. He might have to if it's a 3-0 lead Indiana. 2-1 now. You were also questioning Scott Foster's extension abilities.
You know what? Okay, let me explain. Let me clarify this before you just out me on the podcast.
Well,
all right. This was at halftime. This is not even halftime. It was after halftime. It was still like a 20, 25-point lead for the Pacers at the time. And I thought the game was over. I audibly stated, the game is over. And then I was like, well, they brought in Scott Foster. Like, we might have to start a discussion over whether or not Scott Foster still extends games. Because I feel like lately there's been less extensions than in the prime of Scott's career. And then I took all of that back immediately in the fourth quarter.
So real quick, going slightly back to the area code, sorry, but just a quick little list of best high school basketball players from the state of India. This is also going into some of your wild NBA takes recently. So the best basketball player, high school basketball player from Indiana is the one and only Larry. Of course, the Hick from Salt Lick. Is that it?
Hold on.
Something rhymes.
French Lick.
The Hick from French Lick. He's the best. Second greatest of all time, Oscar Robinson, Mr. Triple Double, the Big O. Third greatest, if we're talking off potential, would be Greg Oden. If we're going off potential and possibilities, Greg Hunter and the fourth greatest basketball player from the state of Indiana is the one and only 5'8" Mike Conley. Everett the other day, what you said Mike Conley was 5'8".
It's on the podcast. Like there's it's
Oh,
law. It's on the podcast.
We
don't need to go back.
That was.
I'm just to defend myself. My depth perception is very bad in the context of the NBA specifically.
Check that Nate Robinson was taller than that.
I just want to say,
I think Nate Robinson.
When it comes to NBA games,
when
it comes to NBA games, my depth perception is horrible because every's just gigantic.
Every basketball player looks shorter.
That's but it's just like
5'8" is still
my perception of it has always been that they're obviously all tall, but like in just comparison, it looks like
I gotta look up JJ Barea because if he's 5'10" is JJ Barea. Now JJ Barea looks like a midget. That was a midget clamping up LeBron in the 2011 NBA Finals. But that was something. That was something to note, something to keep track of. But in other news right now, going on in the sports world, I'm taking a look at hockey. Those look like atrocious series right now.
Yeah, not the greatest,
but it looks like Edmonton's going to be back in the Stanley Cup, so we're going to have another chance for Canada to redeem themselves. They're probably not going to happen, but
they're probably going to end up playing. Florida has a 3-0 lead. They're going to close it out. The Hurricanes. I don't know how the Hurricanes made it to the conference finals. They're not good. They are obviously good. They made it there, but like this series has made them look like they shouldn't have been.
Oh no, they might be bad. Yeah, no, they could be bad.
But hey, don't count out the Stars yet. I mean, it's.
Oh no, I'm counting them out.
It's a 2-1. It's only.
I also need the Oilers to be in it just for narrative purposes. Like you got like the best player in hockey. That's all the casuals say. But I need a Canadian team in the finals for them to lose again.
Yes, they will. 100%.
This is a rematch. Florida versus
last year's playoffs.
Edmonton, isn't that a rematch?
Yeah, let's just see. Panthers,
I think they're running it back.
Oilers, Stanley Cup. Yeah, last year.
Yeah, so they're running it back. I'm gonna have to go double hard for Panthers for Tkachuk though, knowing that he's Panther legend. One thing that I have noticed though, I didn't quite realize that like all the best Canadian team, other than Oilers, they are all led by Americans. Like the other Tkachuk brothers on like the Flames or something, or like
that's Calgary. I think
or maybe not. No, one of those. The Senators.
Yeah,
that's the most forgettable hockey team. That's the most forgettable Canadian hockey team. The Ottawa Senators. Number one's the Maple Leafs, most recognizable.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Number two, I know the Vancouver Canucks stick out. I think it's just because Vancouver I recognize as a city.
Yeah, I mean the Canucks.
The Winnipeg Jets, I feel like that's new.
Here's the thing: the Canucks,
or maybe a logo change.
The Canucks themselves as a team, probably the most forgettable individual team from Canada right now.
Okay.
Like as a city, Vancouver obviously recognizable, but the Canucks as a literal team.
I just remember Vancouver.
Winnipeg Jets were very good this year. Obviously, the Maple Leafs very good.
Yeah, Maple Leafs.
The Canadians. I mean, fuck. You're talking about Canada.
Yeah,
that's just
Montreal Canadiens.
Right.
What the hell am I saying?
Yeah, Buffalo Sabre. That's
Buffalo.
Yeah, that's
New
Buffalo. York. But yeah, the Canucks.
Calgary Flames. I think Ottawa Senators is.
I mean, it's probably going to be between the Calgary and the Canucks, and I think the Canucks are the worst team out of all of those.
Flames. They haven't changed that logo in years.
I mean, fifth in the Pacific, not as bad as I thought this
year. The Ottawa Senators, though. What the hell? The Ottawa Senators.
I mean, I think the Senators did very well this year.
I
mean, we're
not talking about how good the teams are.
No, I know. I'm just processing it. Every Canada team though, like on average, did very well. I honestly do think the worst one was the Canucks out of every team this year.
Okay, all right. That's fun to know. That's enough hockey talk for the week. Okay. We haven't talked about baseball in a while. And I've got some fun facts to go over.
Okay.
So first little fun fact involving the MLB. Uh, let me find it real quick. Uh, I've done some homework on some shortstop stuff, and this I found interesting. Let me get it real quick.
I didn't realize the Angels just signed Chris Taylor.
Yeah, no, Chris Taylor signed with the Los Angeles Angels also. I've seen some Angels tickets recently, quite cheap, and it makes me consider maybe we do need to go support Chris Taylor. But I need to find these. Okay, here I think are the numbers on shortstop.
Shortstop.
It could be shortstop defense. It's some fun little facts. It's interesting stuff about contract stuff. Right now, the meta as shortstops is you just want to play shortstop fielding wise because you make so much money being a shortstop who can hit a baseball. And all these shortstops nowadays, great hitters of the baseballs. But okay, here. I got the shortstop fielding stats. These are outs above average, runs above replacement. This is like how good of a literal shortstop you are. In second place, we'll just go over. You know what? I'll say the full top five. It's a good point that a lot of these guys are like, who the hell? So the best shortstop in baseball playing shortstop is Nick Allen on the Atlanta Braves. You probably never heard of him. Number 2 is Bobby Witt. He's actually really good at shortstop, so keep that in mind. Number 3 is Mason Wynn on the Cardinals. Number 4 is Mookie Betts on the Dodgers. 5 is Carlos Correa on the Twins. He's awful at hitting, but keep in mind, Correa is actually good. And the next is Geraldo Perdomo on the D-backs. But those are pretty much the only notable shortstops who are above replacement level at literally playing shortstop in the MLB. 3 of them are on ridiculous contracts. One of them can't hit the baseball. One of them isn't a shortstop. He just got moved there. And the other, Bobby Witt, he's really good at baseball and probably does deserve his contract. But this is replacement level, exact average shortstops. You got Xander Bogaerts, you got Francisco Lindor, and you have Trey Turner and Anthony Volpe. Well, those are 4 other notable shortstops. They're dead average mid. Bogaerts also sucks at hitting. But these are all below replacement level fielding wise shortstops, from best to worst. Seager, still below average, but Seager. Then Willie Adames. Then Gunnar Henderson. Then Ellie De La Cruz. Then Trevor Story. And then Bo Bichette. But pretty much, those are some big name guys with some big name contracts. And they're all below average at literally playing defense itself.
Now, is that specific to this season or like the course of their
career? This is specific to this season, but it's not like next year Corey Seager is going to suddenly become above average at defense. He's never done in his career. Trey Turner's like replacement level right now, but that's going to go down. But you got all these shortstops getting like 300 to 500 million, and they suck ass at shortstop. They're great hitters, don't get me wrong.
I feel like they are getting paid more for their hitting ability.
No, they are. But why they can get like 450 is because in the GM's mind, he's like, oh, I'm paying my shortstop, who's also my 3 hitter, 30 million a year. But that's cool with me.
Right.
And then after a year, when they suck ass at shortstop, they do what the Padres did and they move him to outfield, like Tatis. Because it's like, you're so bad at shortstop. You're actually losing us games. A
lot of money for it.
No, exactly. But they're going to pay all of these dudes like Gunnar. They're going to all get 300, 400 million. They're going to play 2 years at shortstop, suck, and then get moved over. And then it's like, you still need to go fill your shortstop. But now you're just paying your left fielder 450. Like Bryce Harper was supposed to play right field. He gets Tommy John. Now he's just a career first baseman. But he gets 300 million.
Yeah, how much is Freddie's contract?
It's like 5 years, 160. So
that's
we
just
don't
the
really
comparison that I need. Yeah.
No, yeah, like he's like about to be a free agent soon, but like, or we just like probably just keep him at first
Yeah.
because he's like good, but like he didn't get 300 million,
No. 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 No.
you
No.
know. But
Yeah.
like Mookie because he's good at defense. Yeah, give him that shit.
He's also just a unicorn, though. Like, I mean, playing
Yeah,
him all over the place, and that's where it's understandable to pay him more, regardless of where he's going to do, because where he's going to be, because you can move him into every position.
yeah. I just did think it was interesting. Or shit, even Dansby Swanson, who's got like 180 million. He's even below average, and like a big reason that he like went for that much is because we thought you get good defense all the time. Nope, already washed at defense. Like looking at this, just like Ellie De La Cruz just should not play shortstop or Bo Bichette. They're both like really
Yeah,
bad.
there's also some people who are just like very big human beings that like I don't really
Well, that's
understand.
another thing. Like Corey, Gunner, and Ellie, I think Story too. They're all like 6'3" to 6'5", and it's like you're not shortstop.
Quite
Get your
literally,
ass in right field.
I know
Like,
it's not like necessarily the reason why it's named that, but like the name is literally short stop. Like,
that too. But it's like
no, it's not like literally, but like it's just like one of those
more
things
so
where it's like,
shortstop. That's supposed to be like good fielding, like fast dude,
yeah,
like leadoff hitter type dude. It's like it's fine if you rake at shortstop. That's lit. You want that. But the question is, these guys aren't actually shortstops. Like they're just playing shortstop so they can mask as a five-tool player. And it's like, no, you're not. Like you're not good at defense. Move to third or move to right.
so what to pay a third baseman that much? I don't know. Would you rather pay a third baseman that much or a right fielder that much?
Right fielder.
Because like I feel like I mean a third baseman just like there's really not much for you to do over there.
Well, yeah, and it's I like that though. It's just third base, first base. You need to hit 30 home runs a year.
Yeah,
Like you need
yeah.
some like if you're first base, I'm fine giving a first base and 30 million like $180 million contract because it's like you need to average 35 homers a year though. Like Freddie, it's cool because he's sick. Like Muncie for a while we were getting like he was lit, so it's fine. Now he sucks, and we're getting Munataka. But Munataka's gonna get like 100 mil, like 120 mil, but it's like he's supposed to come in at 30 homers a year. It's like that's fine.
He is just a power hitter.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, that's what you want out of those corner fat boys. But other Dodger news right now, currently up on the Guardians. That's nice to see. But let me try to get these Dodger pitching stuff recently. It's been atrocious, this pitching staff.
Not good.
Horrendous to look at. Here are just a couple of league-wide things I was thinking of. Scooball the other day went absolutely lights out, like
Yep.
complete game. Think
Yep.
first of his career, absolutely lights out. And I was just thinking, the NL. I wanted to say Yoshi was going to be the easy starter for the NL. It might not necessarily Yoshi. He might still get it just because he's the Dodgers starter and he has like name value. He might still get it, but
Talking about this for the
all-star game. He's gonna be the star, but I think it's Wheeler like is like probably technically a bit better.
I mean, Skeens.
But this is the young just NL starters right now. Yama, Skeens, and Hunter Green. Like Hunter Green is an absolute dog this year.
He's also been in the league the longest.
Yes, but he's 25, so he's still young.
Oh no, 100%.
You have said Hunter Green, like
Yeah.
he's not like an old.
Well, I just remember we've been talking about him for a couple years now. I mean it might have been his rookie season, maybe it was 2 years ago. Because I think this is his fourth season in the MLB total.
Yeah, like his first year he didn't really play that.
But I just remember we talk about him because we'd be like, yeah, dude, this guy he's a flamethrower, but it's once he makes it to the fourth inning or fifth inning, he gets immediately blown up.
Like last year, he really turned it around. 2.7 ERA over 150 innings. He's a 2.5 over 50 innings right now.
Let's just see here. What's his
looking pretty good so far.
2.54 ERA, 85 WHIP, 1.9 WAR.
Well, yeah, no. He's a pretty good. Oh wow, leads the MLB in
63 strikeouts.
I think he leads it in swing miss percentage, whiffs on swing percentage. He's been turning it up though. There's a lot of young pitchers that are pretty good. But my other point though, back to Dodger talk. Uh, I don't know when Hunter Green. Well, actually, I think Hunter Green's line's a little bit better. I think when Snell and Glasnow are up, Hunter Green's going to be a free agent. And I don't think the Dodgers would go after him because it should be a lot of money. Remember, keep your eyes on the prize, 2029. Ladies and gents, never forget who we're looking at. Y'all Yeens, 2029. But there's
Grant, you know where he's from, though, right?
Hunter Green.
Yeah,
Notre Dame, very close by from here.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure.
Well, the other thing is, if you just look at Americans in the MLB, and you told me 40% of American baseball players are from Southern California, wouldn't surprise me. There's like at least 3 to 5 notable baseball players from Southern California on every single team. Like every single team has at least 3 to 5 dudes on their team who play a key role from Southern California.
Oh, the Twins are from Southern California.
There's probably a lot.
I'll look. Twins players. I'm just curious. Okay, here you go. Royce Lewis, Brooks Lee, Luke Keeschel, and Mark Contreras.
Yeah, I mean, Royce is enough.
Yeah. Brooks Lee is pretty solid too.
I feel like there's also some more pitchers in there.
I mean, it just is including those guys. I don't
know
who else. Yeah. I mean, no, very fair, very fair.
Griffin Jackson from Phoenix, Arizona, close enough. That counts. That counts. Same thing.
Yeah.
Phoenix, Arizona, that counts. Like Cody Bellinger, he's from Arizona. He counts as an LA player. He's from LA. Yeah, counts.
Yeah.
You find a lot though. There's a lot. The other thing that's been fun to see recently, he's been absolutely heating up Pete Crow Armstrong's. Now, like people are like kind of getting aware of it, and usually don't like go out of my way to root for Cubs or Harvard Westlake guys, but because it's at the Mets' expense, I will be rooting extra hard for Pete Crow Armstrong just because the Mets traded him for Javi Baez.
Yeah, there was a couple other parts in that trade too, right?
No, 1-for-1.
1-for-1.
Pete Crow Armstrong for Javier Baez. And the Cubs were like, yep, we'll just take Pete. Yep.
And Trevor Williams. He was the other part of that trade. There was 2 people.
Nobody gives a shit about that.
Well, I'm just clarifying because I was pretty sure that there was 2 parts to that trade, and you were saying no.
I swear, I remember.
It's for Javi Baez and Trevor Williams.
There's one other move I remember that the Cubs made that year. Whatever, I'm not gonna look it up now. Pete Crow Armstrong though might terrorize Mets for a while. That didn't quite work out in the Mets' favor. But the Mets got one reliever right now. Shit, what the hell is absolutely destroying us?
The Trumpets?
No, that's no. I need to get this dude's name. He's an absolute destroyer.
You said reliever?
Reed Garrett. Holy shit. This dude, he kind of looks like a Home Depot employee when you look at him and you see his beard. This dude's just got a .8 ERA this year through 22 innings. Don't like to see that.
He did. He closed out the game the other night with us. Yeah. He looks like a guy you'd find in like you ever see the TV show Yellowstone?
No, but I know what it is, so sure.
He seems like a guy that would be on Yellowstone.
Sounds about right. Yeah, sounds about accurate. But that's gonna be the MLB update for you folks. Anything else?
MLB wise,
I don't really have much else to say.
No, I mean, with the Dodgers, specific to them,
the team's kind of gross and disgusting to look at.
Let's put it in a bad. We have to clarify because we say gross a lot, and it's a positive way. This is very much so in a bad way. Very much so in a bad way. The Dodgers, they're currently playing the Guardians right now, up 2-0 at the moment that we're recording this. But the past 2 weeks have been just absolutely disgusting. And I look, I get it. The bullpen is thin. Uh, some pitchers aren't playing as well as you would hope. Bobby Miller, and some players are hurt. But I would really rather
Well, I mean,
not.
dude, Bobby Miller's just not even.
I
You
would
know,
really rather not watch Landon Knack pitch again.
yeah, I mean, he's not very good, but we're out here, we're rolling out some cupcakes.
It is also. I mean, let's just look at the West standings right now. Right? Dodgers 32-21. San Francisco 1 game behind. They lost today, 31-23, and then San Diego 3 games back, 29-22. So like there is a little bit
Well,
of
yeah, it's
running
very
room,
tight.
but I mean, really not that much.
No, it's tight as shit, and of course the Giants are like nice. It's
And
quite
look,
annoying.
speaking of just like generally speaking, like we get the Guardians. We're in Cleveland for the next 2 days, but then just right back at it. New York, both 7 day stretch of just New York in LA starting this next weekend. And it's not like those aren't remotely close to free wins. You really got to play for that.
I found out that new Ohio State running back commit Bo Jackson. You might find this hard to believe, Everett, but the Ohio State running back commit Bo Jackson led the state of Ohio in batting average, high school baseball. Who would have thought the kid named Bo Jackson was also good at baseball?
Spelled the exact same way, but
Yeah. I know you guys can't see it on the screen right there, but he's leading the state of Ohio in batting average as well.
I mean, just real quick, just looking at this, okay? New York series, New York series. St. Louis, I mean, the Cardinals are a good team. Like there's just no rest here because you get through both of these New York teams, you go straight into St. Louis, and then immediately San Diego series, San Francisco series. So like the next week and a half is extremely, extremely important for the Dodgers just going forward because these are games that you need to pick up, especially within the division, even the conference.
Oh well, that's a little down the line.
No, I know, but
we got 7 days in New York coming up soon.
Well, next week, starting this weekend, it's 7 days in New York. But yeah,
no. We're gonna worry about our own subway week first. We're gonna worry about our own thing. Then we'll worry about. But this might be old man yelling at clouds, but I hate the new schedule MLB format primarily because we have these long like stretches of the same team or these long road stretches, and it's like I get they have to do it because how else are you going to have, I don't know, like the Yankees, for example, play the entire NL West. Yeah, like you're not going to have them flying across the country like once a month to play their one NL West series. You're just going to knock them all out. So I get that, but it sucks when you're going through it. But yeah, I mean, I've heard this recently. I think it was from Mark Titus, but he was like, my Chicago Cubs should never even think about the Tampa Bay Rays. The fact that my Chicago Cubs even think about the Tampa Bay Rays pisses me off. Like, we should never even interact ever.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this. I'm just trying to see like what the most heinous scheduling thing for the Dodgers would be overall. It's honestly like not that bad. Probably they spend 9 days away going through Boston, Cincinnati, and Tampa.
That's not bad.
That's not that bad because it's all consecutive. Otherwise, it honestly might be coming up here where they're kind of going Colorado and Kansas City or Milwaukee to San Francisco.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and like the nice thing though is not the craziest opponents, but yeah,
that is a plus.
But yeah, Dodgers right now will be getting through some patches right now to say the least.
Yeah. Okay, we can wrap up with some NFL kind of conversations here, Grant. We just posted something today about the best position groups in the NFC North. And overall, that begs the greatest question: who has the best rooms in the NFL? So just kind of going point blank, like Who would you say is like the best quarterback
Best
room?
quarterback room's got to be the New York Giants if we're going off of aura, and we're
I mean,
going
they have
off of
Tommy DeVito.
characters. If we're going best quarterback room out of entertainment from a Hard Knocks perspective, have to be the Cleveland Browns.
It might still be the Giants. They have Jameis.
No, Cleveland Browns. I mean, we got Joe Flacco. Okay, we've got Dylan Gabriel, who's like taking reps with the ones. I not Mariota, but someone of Mariota's caliber. Kenny Pickett. Boom. See? Told you this guy like Mariota, but not Mariota. Kenny Pickett. And then, of course, yours truly. That's the best entertainment value. But the best quarterback room in terms of who's the starter and drop off, backup, maybe a half. I need you for a half. It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs because Minshew is the backup.
Yeah.
You need one half out of your backup. The Chiefs probably got everyone beat. They probably got everyone beat just for a half. Hell no, not a start. Holy shit. Slow your roll. A second half. Okay.
Would you still argue that like the Falcons are up there? Like Kirk was booty at the end of last year, but it still is Kirk Cousins as a
backup. Kirk Cousins as a backup doesn't inspire fun. Minshew as a backup, and you know Minshew's never taken Mahomes' job, so the team can rally behind Minshew for the backup appearance.
There's flip-flopping.
Well, the thing is, the Colts, whenever they bench Anthony Richardson, they're gonna be like, this guy's better, and then the locker room, AR loses the team. That's a bad situation when that flips over. When Minshew,
well, you are forgetting that is Daniel Jones. That is the second leg of that situation because they'll bench Daniel Jones and then AR back.
Well, then Sam Ehlinger comes in. Well, then Sam Ehlinger.
Is he still
We're
there?
back, yeah.
Hold
no, hell no. There's no way Sam Ehlinger.
I gotta see. Riley Leonard is the third quarterback.
Oh, I can kind of get behind that. I can kind of get behind Riley Leonard there. You know, that one, they would rally behind him. Oh, yeah, they would. Riley Leonard, he would lead you a 9-minute opening drive. He'd cap out the rushing touchdown by himself. Then he'd go boot his brains out, and he will not be able to throw a ball over 4 yards the rest of the half. That's what he did against Ohio State. I mean, that opening drive, you could make a movie off of. It was straight out of Rudy. That opening drive, that Notre Dame opening drive, straight out of Rudy. I mean, guts. And when I say guts, I mean literally guts on the floor because he booted afterwards because that was like the most energy he's ever had to exert in his life for one drive. But hey, hang the banner. They were leading 7-0 in a national championship game. If you were to tell me Notre Dame was ever going to be leading in a national championship game post Rudy movie, I would have said
crazy.
I would have said no chance. Only in Rudy Part 2. When that gets released in 2108. Yeah, Disney will be ran dry. They'll need Rudy.
They already are remaking their animated movies from 10 years ago.
Yeah, so and I'm pretty sure that one flopped. The one recently, but that's the quarterback
quarterbacks. Yeah, generally speaking.
Best running backs. It's still the Detroit Lions. Gibbs and Montgomery.
The number one running back room in the.
Like, who's the Eagles' backup?
Will Shipley.
All right, so no, it is the Detroit Lions. Who else could it be? Maybe Bijan and Algier? No, Algier just can't even hold Monty's jockstrap. Let's be real. You know,
Derek, who's the second running back on the Ravens?
Justice Hill. No. Lamar Jackson. Dude.
Yeah. Keaton Mitchell is there. He didn't blow out his ACL.
Okay, so it's firmly the Lions. Best running back.
Or Bucks. I mean, Bucky and Rachaad White.
No, Rachaad White's awful. Rachaad White's awful.
Najee Harris and Amari Higgins.
I was about to say they might be a top 5 running back firmly, and that just proves how good the Lions running back room is. Because we got Najee carrying weight as running back too.
Would you say? I mean, would you say?
I may throw Browns in there, Samson and Quinshaw, even though none of them have played down. I think that's a top 5 running back duo, and the heavyweight is on the duo.
Would you say okay? Let's just talk about duo. I mean, we can just talk about duos, but like San Francisco CMC and Giriendo slash Jordan James or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah, Jordan Mason is still there.
Vikings now Aaron Bones Jones and Jordan Mason.
And then there's one other.
Ty Chandler.
Oh, he sucked. I forgot.
Yeah.
But no, those
So
two those two are fun. Those two are fun.
And then you have
It is firmly though Lions. Like that's what this exercise has taught us. Lions have the best running back group. Now wide receiver room. This is the thing. Like personally, I guess we got to go like 3 deep, but like I'm thinking just top two. Really,
I am really when I think about it, I do majorly
just think
I give a lot more weight to the top two because they're out on the field more or less every play.
I think it's the Eagles. AJ Brown and Smitty. Smitty is the weight. Smitty, I think, is clear best wide receiver two for the second wide receiver in the NFL. Am I missing
Higgins?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and I don't give a shit who the threes are. Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't T. Higgins the high or not highest, but like top 5 per year basis?
Wide receivers, yeah.
Let me
also, I mean, Seahawks, Cooper Kupp, and JSN, like that's pretty solid.
Nah, Kupp's dead. You know, Seahawks, they're frisky. You know, they're like 12.
Like, give me your top 5 or top 5, top 10, wide receiver duos, just duos.
Wait, I gotta look up T. Higgins' contract real quick because
I got you.
4-year 115. I mean,
I'm looking at his rankings. Hold on. Let's see.
Is that
Grant? He is currently the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th highest paid wide receiver.
Why was I hearing that he was like top 5 per year?
Well, that's total value. Like average per year. Average per year, he is I think still 9.
Oh, still once again fake news. I say Bengals 1.
I'm biased.
Oh
so
wait,
I can't.
Bucks. I don't. Ooh,
Bucks
aren't.
Chris Godwin's dead, so let's say Emeko's wide receiver.
Okay, I'm gonna put the Eagles too. I'm thinking around the league. What's
I think the 3 is very.
No, I know,
not
but
2,
I'm trying to think.
Oh
come on, you're not putting Jordan Addison, Smitty.
No, you have the Eagles too, so the Vikings would be 3. You
but
have
I thought you were saying though. Eagles above Vikings, isn't that what you kind of?
Well, you just said Bengals Eagles, and I said then we know what 3 has to be.
Well, yeah, I would then put the Vikings 3rd, and then 4th, fully healthy Bucks. I think Bucks would go 4th.
What about Jacksonville Jaguars?
Well, I was about to say, slight projection Travis Hunter, but Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter. I think we could put him at 5. Am I missing an egregious one?
I'm looking through. I mean, Terry and Debo. Debo's kind of Rams, Devontae, and Puka.
Ooh, that's fun. That's fun. Okay, they might still be firmly above Brian Thomas. Yeah.
Puka I think you could do Jaguars at 5.
Well, I think we put Jags at 6, and I'm putting Rams at 5. And Puka and Devontae.
Who's at 4?
We had some. Oh, Bucks fully healthy.
You're saying Godwin and Evans?
Yeah, bro, they're disgusting. They are disgusting together. They are. You have Mike Evans.
I'm not saying that they're not.
I can't believe I gotta sell out.
I'm not saying that they're not disgusting, but like I might take the Jaguars and the Rams above both.
I think Jaguars is more like a prediction.
I mean, it is.
Rams, yeah, I can understand.
Travis Hunter has played a snap yet. Brian Thomas was just like
yeah, but Mike Evans, Brian Thomas, I still think right now Mike Evans is a better wide receiver than Brian Thomas.
Let's wrap with this. Let's start with this. That's the top 5.
Tight ends.
Nope.
Oh.
I want the bottom 5. I want the bottom 5 worst wide receivers. There's a number 1.
Colts. Is Colts easily number 1?
Pittman and Downs.
Titans.
It might be Jets, Grant. Garrett and Lazard.
I feel like I feel like worse than that. I feel like we can find worse than that. Who is the second Cardinals wide receiver next to Mark?
That I'm about to find out. That
Who is it?
Michael Wilson.
Oh boy! All right, Arizona. Because hey, Trey McBride like is the number one target.
Yeah,
he's not a wide receiver.
Are Saints up there with
Rashid Shaheed Olave? That smells like some doo doo.
Raiders up there with Jack Bash and Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, no,
that might actually be the worst one too.
Okay,
because they don't have a bona fide.
Ridley and Bell's Ballsy for Strepo?
No, it's DeAndre.
Oh my god. Okay, so a fossil room.
No,
that's an artifact. Let me museum. It's a museum.
Let me read you their room right now. Actually, I don't think DeAndre is there anymore. Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Traylon Burks, 1, 2, 3. Van Jefferson, DK, Juan, and
I feel like we're missing some egregious ones. Like
on the Titans.
Tell me the New England Patriots wide receiver room.
Stephon Diggs is
okay. One. Diggs is there.
Yeah.
Okay, but is the two
Demario Douglas,
Bourne and
Demario Douglas, Kyle Williams, who they just drafted in Butte? Like not great. But
yeah, no, they need some help. They need some help in that room. What's the Buffalo Bills wide receiver? Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman.
Let's see here.
And give me an updated Steelers room post Pickens. So they got
Keon Coleman, KJ Hamler, Josh Palmer, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, Laviska Shenault still there.
They just got little gadgets. I was about to say weapons. None of them are weapons.
DK Metcalf.
They're all pistols. Okay.
DK Metcalf, Bobby Trees.
A couple of switchblades in that offense.
Metcalf, Bobby Trees, Calvin Austin, Rowan Wilson.
Boy, they could use a George Pickens. All I gotta say.
Yeah, dude. Crazy that.
Okay, where do we put that Cowboys wide receiver ranking? CD and Pickens.
It's top 10.
Because it's pretty like
that's like 7 or 8.
Pickens, I feel like I've just seen anytime I've heard of Pickens, it's for non-football playing shit. And because of that, like I don't really know how to evaluate him. That's gonna be fun though. CD and Pickens, that's fun.
No, like okay.
That's fun.
I think if I'm just gonna quickly do a top 10 for that, like just off the top of my head, right?
Dude, I might have CD and Pickens at they might be 5 over the Rams.
Off the top of my head, okay. Bengals is 1. I'll concede the Eagles at 2. Vikings at 3. I'm gonna concede it. I don't want to argue on it. See, if you start me arguing on it, I will argue for them to be above the Eagles. Eagles at 2, Vikings at 3. Okay, at 4, I kind of want to do I want to do the Rams at 4. Devontae and Puka. 5, Cowboys at 5. I like that.
Cowboys are
Cowboys
fun.
At 5.
They're fun.
6. Probably Jaguars.
Sure.
7, Lions. 8. Oh no, I'm forgetting the Bucks in here.
Yeah. So, but hey, once again, Godwin,
hurt. So I would say maybe Bucks and then Lions, and then
I was also saying with the Bucks, like Baker's so good right now that whoever that wide receiver 2 is getting propped up to look good. So
and then Chiefs, I guess. Rashee Rice coming back.
Ooh, the 2 though. I mean,
would it be Xavier Worthy?
Like, I wouldn't have the Chiefs in the top 10.
I mean,
if we're going 3 deep, the Chiefs trio, those are solid weapons right there. Hollywood, Rashee Rice.
I mean, then I guess would you even give weight to Jade? Like Waddle and Tyreek just both suck.
Don't matter.
They suck.
Yeah, they don't.
I guess I'd have to give it to the Commanders with Terry and Debo at 9.
Yeah.
At 9, and then 10, probably the Seahawks.
JSN Cup? We got to find one there. There's got to be something better than that.
I don't want to give it to the Bears.
We can't give it to the Texans. Shit, I wish I could, but I don't.
We can't give it to the Bears. Broncos aren't great. Browns have Jerry and who else?
No.
Patriot, Bills. No.
Ooh, we also forgot Panthers. My other worst wide receiver duos. That's bad. That's Tet and Xavier Legette.
Yeah.
Tet Legette or
And
Thielen. Now Thielen on the stats. You know, Thielen was the number 1 wide receiver last year in vertical route separation.
In route separation, no.
Vertical.
No,
vertical routes.
I did not know that.
Deep balls. That's what he was leading the league in. I was like, dude, Thielen? Didn't know he still had that in him.
Oh, shit. Could it be? Nope, not the Broncos. Broncos also
no,
in the booty room.
Bad.
They're in the booty room.
It's not the Chargers. We're bad.
Ravens would be
Niners are pretty bad too.
Ravens would be Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. 10.
If that is the 10th best wide receiver duo, this league is cooked. All right. If that's the 10th
I think I would have to give it to.
I think we're just learning a lot. I think we're learning a lot about the state of wide receivers.
Seahawks.
Hey, all I'm saying, Jeremiah, there's an opening for him. Just take a. I mean, Jeremiah. I think the day before he takes a snap in the NFL, gets drafted, he's already at least 8th best wide, 7th best wide receiver.
Second Falcons wide receiver. Darnell Mooney. That might be 10. Drake London and Darnell Mooney.
They just, last year, kind of got a bit of a wash. They weren't given a chance to look good. I can get behind a little bit. Falcons. We'll end on this. Floor, most likely ceiling. Falcons record this upcoming year.
Let me just look at their schedule. I just need a basis.
Well, I want you to take a quick look, but I don't want you to think too
much. No,
I'm not. General,
I mean, okay.
Just what the 2025 Atlanta Falcons division record. What do we think?
Division sucks. I think their floor, second year Raheem Morris, floor 6-11.
Floor 6-11, okay.
Ceiling 10-7.
Okay, sitting up. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Most likely
8-9.
Okay, I'm thinking 7-10. Most likely. But that division is also.
But they can that's why I say 8-9. They can make the playoffs with an 8-9.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, no, atrocious.
But Bucks though, they're probably gonna have 9-10 wins.
Yeah, I think very sneakily, Baker has just led them to back-to-back division.
That and also Baker has been very, very underrated the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, another thing I've kind of been looking at, he has kind of improved every year in Tampa.
He is. I mean, I have this list, and I won't say it because we're saving it for TikTok. I have Baker ranked as my 7th best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I mean, Baker, he is playing the best football of his career. This past season, he had a 71% completion rate. That is pretty ridiculous.
71% is crazy.
41 touchdowns.
Crazy. And how many interceptions, too? Because he's
16, but you know what? 41 touchdowns, okay? 41 touchdowns, folks.
Just wild, though. That is the guy, that's what you expected out of him. Also, if you're the Browns in this scenario, even the Panthers, but the Browns, you let him go because he had a shoulder injury for an entire season you didn't let him recover from, and now you're seeing that this is happening. You're stuck with a Deshaun Watson's contract. Just absolutely. I don't know if Andrew Berry was the GM at that point in time when they let him go.
Yeah.
But if that GM is the same GM now, he should be immediately fired.
All right, we're getting on this. I just saw this. It's a building the best NFL franchise. And we got logo, jersey, stadium, offense, defense, coach. They got everything. But this is what they have. Everett, I want you to agree to disagree. Building the best NFL franchise.
Okay.
Logo, Minnesota Vikings.
Agree.
Jerseys, Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like you have so many different options at jerseys. I don't know why they picked Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree on that one. I have an answer to that question. You know who the best jerseys are? Your Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, wow. Now, they have stadium Rams Chargers SoFi. Uh, it depends what you want out of your stadium.
I'll be honest.
I don't think I'd take SoFi.
I just for the pure aura and vibes, give me Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like I want to do something like that, or
yeah, I want the snow coming down.
Yeah, I want some fun vibes. Offense Lions, defense Eagles, coaches Chiefs, city hard disagree. New York.
Yeah, no,
hard disagree.
I'm
New
not,
York for the city. Oh, I don't know about that.
not vibing with that.
Fans Bills Mafia.
Yes, that's that hard for sure.
And mascot Indianapolis Colts.
I mean that
it's a funny looking mascot.
That mascot is
sure. I mean, it is a hilarious mascot. It is a it is a hilarious mascot when you think about it. But I mean, is that the NFL mascot? The best mascot? I don't know. I was also I got into a not debate. I heard this recently. Outlandish sports mascots.
Also, real quick, I just want to go back to something before you talk about the mascots.
Yeah.
Coaching wise, would you take Sean McVay over Andy Reid?
Potentially, if we're thinking, like long term. Like,
yeah, I'm just
I
thinking
think
like
would take Sean McVay.
Yeah.
I think you would. I also think Sean McVay, even though he's like probably like 37,
what would
he passes as like a 45-year-old coach.
What are like the coaches that are in contention? Like Sean McVay would be there, Andy Reid's in there. I'm gonna lobby Kevin O'Connell.
I throw Todd Golden in there, Florida head coach. I mean, shit, he got the boys rolling.
He did.
We may have to give a nod to Dan Lanning. He up and coming.
John Gruden. We like toss him in there.
Off of pure. He's the most entertaining coach all sports.
Yeah.
John Gruden's the most entertaining coach all sports.
Coach that would not make it, Liam Cohn. I don't know if we can get in there with a
least aura in the history of coaching.
No, that's Adam Gase.
Oh shit, you're right. I was gonna say that or Nagy. Matt Nagy. Negative. Okay, not that bad, but Matt Nagy, he's like a black hole. He sucks in aura in a bad way. It like if his players have aura, he removes it from them.
Yeah, no,
you no longer have aura if you're around him. Like he's a black hole in that sense, not as in a sense where he's taking so much aura that he has aura. No, it's like he takes in the aura and wastes of it.
Yeah.
He teleports that shit to another dimension.
Okay, let's end on this. What was the mascot thing you used?
Well, it was just it was a debate about like wildest team mascot logos. I think it was something that happened at work. And I informed the people at work of the Amarillo Sod Poodles and the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And boy, were they blown away. Minor league baseball team names. We could do a full episode on.
Oh, 100%.
We could do a full episode probably on one specific, like the Cape Cod minor league baseball division, because that definitely exists. We could probably just do it on that league.
Yeah. God, Rocket Pandas. Trash Pandas.
Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Fantastic.
You get a mouthful. I also love the Amarillo Sod Poodles. One of my favorites. Do I know what a Sod Poodle is? Hell no.
Absolutely not.
Will I ever look it up? No, that ruins the whole. But I think that's gonna wrap it up. While we wrap it up, let me give everyone a special little trinket to wrap it all up. We got a big tennis ball. So Everett, why don't you wrap it up for everyone?
I thought you were gonna show there's like a signature on the bottom.
Well, there is. I have no idea whose signature it is.
Let them see that. Like maybe they can figure it out.
But we got a big tennis ball.
With that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at Waterboy. You can follow me on Twitter at Everett and at Waterboy. We post episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms, so make sure to check us out. So you miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and on Instagram at the Waterboy Pod, so make sure to check us out there as well for exclusive content. With that, we'll see you guys next episode. Waterboy's out.